I want to share my screen at this moment to show you Italian news clicks. Um, some of you may already be familiar with news clicks. Just to briefly state, this is a site that my colleagues Isa Orvieto and Maria Seba put together. They principally look through Italian newspapers, print papers, what actually available online, to glean what kind of articles might be of interest to capture the culture, the language and culture of Italy with a current and authentic sampling of everyday life. It is a site that we have designed for students, teachers, and scholars, but also generally for people who want to keep track of what's happening in Italy, and give them an idea of a long-standing idea. So these articles are not just ephemeral for the moment, but things that can last for a long time. And in fact, our archive is about, I guess, 13 years, go back 12 or 13 years at this point. And we do have a search engine built into the site by category, as you can see right here. The different categories that we have. And if you go into a post, you can also search by keyword, which I can show you in a moment. This is what the first page, which is what we call the waterfall. And you can see that the clicks, the news clicks, are arranged in the most recent posts. And we happen to have, we found an article this past weekend. The newspapers have many articles dedicated to the 100th anniversary of Italo Calvino's birth. And by chance, we also happen to have something on Adriano Celentano, who was just mentioned by Professor Pertile. As far as what I want to present today are two main points. One is the two posts that we have dedicated to Italo Calvino, and the other is how we will be announcing the winners of this competition. So the two posts we have, one, as I said, that we posted over the weekend, October 13th, last I guess it was Friday. And then if you scroll down, there's another one here from September 12th, where, and I'll look into this post at this moment, we put together a series of articles that we found in the Italian press, from Corriere, La Lettura, Sole 24 Ore, HuffPost, Messaggero, Stampa, dedicated to Italo Calvino. Now, this particular post is something that instructors, teachers can go to in order to learn more about Calvino's presence in the Italian press and his importance in the sense of the cultural awareness. For students, perhaps the more advanced students could access this particular post to learn more about Calvino. It's more for background information. The post that we put up most recently, is about a special exhibit that has been mounted in honor of the 100th anniversary of the birth of Italo Calvino. And this gives, just as every post just gives a brief summary of a teaser, if you will, into the article. You can see that the image is very evocative of Calvino's work, most likely Città Invisibili, maybe even Leonia in this case. But I want to enter into the article itself in order for you to get a better idea of the connection between the written word, Calvino's written word, and imagery. As Professor Pertile stated, Calvino had very many visionary qualities, but not only about the future, but actually about imagery. Here you see a wonderful picture of him as kind of the magician, the one who, the favoloso, the racconta storia, if you will. And I believe, in fact, there's even one exhibit dedicated to Calvino Canta Favole. There you go. But I wanted to point out one particular paragraph here that talks about this connection between Calvino's written work and the wonderful imagery that even Professor Pertile talked about in his presentation. That in fact, in Calvino's head, very often, even before he wrote down a single word, he had an image in mind. He visualized the word, if you will. And perhaps he had that image in his head, as it says here, for many years before he actually converted, if you will, or translated that image into a story with the meaning that image provoked. So in effect, I guess what we're asking you to do in this particular competition is the inverse, that we hope Calvino's words will inspire you to visualize what it is he had in mind. Can you go back to the image, the original image that Calvino had in mind before he even set word to paper? That reinforces what Professor Pertile was talking about, and which he exposed so beautifully in his talk. It's just full of many images, and I hope you'll be able to go back and revisit his talk for those particular images. So that is one way that you can use Italian news clicks as kind of a springboard for the projects that you'll be working on. Another way is to actually see how how the winning pieces of this competition will be presented on Italian news clicks. You can go into the search engine and look at Premiazione, for example, which is right here, and it should bring us to an article that we posted in February of this year when we had the winners of last year's competition. Here you can see the lovely photograph we took at the consulate, and another article that summarizes and presents the actual works. I also have if you scroll down on the waterfall in the homepage of Italian News Clicks and go to the older entries, you can find these same posts. Here's the one where we announce our winners, and here's the award ceremony that you just saw. And in addition, we embedded in these two posts, we have the individual pieces of work that won last year's competition, but we also highlighted them in their individual posts. So here's one by Dalia Lubin. We have her, the beginning of her story, and then you can click over here to go to the PDF of the winning story. And it's very slow. I'm sorry. There it is, right there. And you could read the whole thing. So perhaps your students would want to see what kind of work we selected last year. And we'll also have a little biography and with a photo if the student wishes, with an idea of who the student was, at what level they were in studying Italian. Congratulations, Winchester High School. They have a very strong program, and we hope to see more representation this year. And as I said, all of them are here on the website for your students to review and just to get an idea of what kind of work was submitted. As Carlos stated in his presentation, the pieces can be creative writing, but also projects, either videos or images, photographs, and all of those can be posted on our website. It's a way for students to take pride in being published on the internet. So we offer this as part of our collaboration with the consulate on this project. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of collaboration of which we are always very grateful to you, Elvira.
Thank you.
I
Thank
will
you.